So, good afternoon from back at the helm. BATH, Baarf. Something I want to show you today, and I'm hoping I'm not going to get distracted by goons in uniform. I'm hoping that I can just do what I want to do. We're kind of walking on where the city walls were at the moment. Gascoigne's Tower was in this corner here where this empty pub is. And there's the Theatre Royal Bath. Cracking little theatre that is. Good lights on at the moment. So this is where there would have been a tower, and then the city walls would have gone along here, and there's a Victorian reconstruction just up here. Might as well show you that as we're walking past. Yeah, we're inside the old city walls now. That's the Mineral Hospital on the right, that's worth tens of millions of pounds. They tried to turn it into student accommodation and a hotel. Just noticed that. I never noticed that before. Vampires. Don't know what's going on there. So this will give you an idea of how far above Roman Bath and medieval Bath we are, because those city walls wouldn't do anything, would they? There's a plaque there that says part of the medieval wall of the city of Bath, and it's a Victorian reconstruction, this little bit here, but it's accurate. Now, it wouldn't take much getting over that, would it? But if you turn the corner, come down here. Now then, bottom bits are medieval. I don't know what this is here, is it? It's a women's clothes shop, I think. What we got here? This piece of ground was, in the year 1736, set apart for the burial of patients dying in the Bath General Hospital, and after receiving 238 bodies, was closed by the governors of that charity in the year 1849. From record, is that? To the health, to regard to the health of the living. From what? What does that mean? From regard? From regard to the health of the living. It's a G, not a C. I've never known that before. But I suppose that's harder to get over, isn't it? But when you're on the streets at the moment in Bath, you're 18 feet above Roman Bath. The medievals, they just built over Roman Bath, and the Georgians just came along, wiped out medieval Bath and built on that. But it's got its own chapel down there, the Roman finds. That's a chapel inside what was the Royal Mineral Water Hospital, the Min, as it was called. But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about the current climate. Yeah? Now, you've heard the police use that all the time, in the current climate. They're not referring to PC Wayne Couzens, who illegally arrested, abducted, murdered, or raped and murdered that poor Sarah Everard. They're not talking about that current climate. They're talking about terrorism. So I'm going to take you to the last place that saw terrorist activity in this city, and it's called the Corridor. And there it is. There's the Corridor. Now, it's one of the earliest shopping arcades in the world. It was a French idea. By the late 18th century, the French had started building indoor shopping malls or arcades, and the craze caught on. Burlington Arcade was built in 1819 or something like that in London, and this came along in 1824. These are real marble pillars here, worth an absolute fortune. You got a piece of batten strapped to it with a bungee strap to a piece of marble that's worth about 50 grand. But anyway, here it is. Well, on 9th of December 1974, just before 9 PM in the evening, Baarf police received a phone call from the IRA saying that they planted a bomb in the record shop in the Corridor. I can't find out what number the record shop was. Excuse me. But at least they had the decency to phone and say that it's going to go off in about 15 minutes. And it did go off. It was a £5 bomb. There was one policeman who was blown off of his feet. But he wasn't hurt. And it was because of the warning that nobody was hurt. But, you know, it's destroyed really. That's a minstrel's gallery up there. That's for musicians to play and what have you. This was actually closed in 2019 as well, because the weight of the snow on the roof caused it to collapse. So it survived the Second World War and the Baarf Blitz. It then got bombed by the IRA in 1974 and no one was hurt. But snow stopped play in 2019 in February. Hiya, you're right. So we're back out here again, the Abbey, Guildhall, markets. I'll take you over there one day. But this is just a quick one. Hopefully no one's going to interrupt it. It is the first to drink alcohol in this public area. Fine. So there's the other end of the Corridor. Quite an amazing place. I suppose I could take you to one of the oldest streets in Bath, couldn't I? It's only just up there. Let's do that before I sign off. So we go past the markets. 11 something that was opened. 11:20 something. Nuts. But the thing about Bath, if you're into history and architecture, is that we've got loads of Roman stuff around by the temple complex, and we've got Georgian stuff coming out of our ears. But where's the medieval stuff, you're asking? Where is it? Well, the Georgians basically were architectural vandals. They levelled it. They got rid of of all the timber framed medieval buildings, so they can put these stone ones in place. There were no planning laws then. There was no one to come along and say you can't do that. They're like, who are you? But this gentleman's hairstylist here, he is on this is called Slippery Lane. Okay? And it's so called apparently because there were a lot of butchers down here and the blood used to trickle along the dirt road into the River Avon, which is just down the bottom. But you can see it doesn't get very much sunlight, if any, during the day. It'll get about 10 minutes, won't it, at midday. That's about it. Well, before it was called Slippery Lane, it was called Ducking Stool Lane, because the ducking stool for witches was in the river, was at the side of the river down here. Those are medieval walls down there. It's absolutely ancient. It gives you an idea of how tight medieval streets would have been. That is actually a typical medieval street. Just about wide enough for a mule with a small cart to get down there. There's probably a lot of scrapes on the walls. But here's the interesting bit. Before it was Ducking Stool Lane, it was Grope Cunt Lane. And even though you wouldn't find that on the internet, I've actually seen documents in the Guildhall that it's stated as that. I think because it's Baarf, they've kept it off the tinterweb. But there was one in Bristol, there was one in London, there was one in York, one in Nottingham. All the really, really old cities in England had a Grope Cunt Lane. And I think you can guess what went on there. It was basically the red light area. Now this guy in here used to have the key. Let's see what he's saying. Hiya. Do you still have the key for that? Can I come back another day and go right down the bottom and make a video of it? Would you let me? Because I am a local historian. And
as long as you shut the door behind you.
What, you mean close that up?
You can shut it from the other side.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll come back about midday on a day that I'm not working because it'll have some light in it.
Well, I'm not about for 10 days.
When are you going away?
Thursday.
Okay.
If you come in tomorrow or Wednesday, I'll be here. I'll let you have the key.
I'll try and do it tomorrow, buddy.
No worries.
You've offered before a long time ago.
Yeah.
But there was a mattress and loads of rubbish
Well,
down
it's all
there.
been cleaned.
It looks great now, doesn't it?
Well, the council were under fire to clean it.
You were making them clean it, were you?
Well, we had a few words.
Are they your flats here
No,
then?
which they used to be.
You sold them, did you?
No, they weren't ours. We used to have the whole building. We used to rent the whole building from the council, and then they took it back.
You've been here forever, haven't you?
Well, this place has been here since 1965.
And how long have you been here? Or you've done
45, 46.
46 years. What, you've been chopping hair here for 46 years?
Yeah.
Fair play to you, buddy. Are you proper Barthonian?
Born and bred.
Yeah?
My parents are Italian now.
Do you know, it's quite common though, isn't it? There's Sam in Chelsea Road.
I live it that way.
Do you?
My missus got the cherry shop on the corner.
Well, his son's got the deli across the road, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And they're Sicilian, aren't they?
Oh, my dad was Sicilian.
But he's proper Barthonian, he is. He's proper
yeah.
Baarf.
Yeah, he's more Bristolian in her.
Inner, that's Midsummer Norton, isn't it? They call it Norton Radstock, Inham.
Yeah, Inham.
Inham.
There's lots of Inhams there.
What does that mean? What does Inham mean? I've been out Norton Radstock, Inham. Really? Okay. Okay. I hope you're going somewhere nice.
I'm going to a wedding. It's just in Venice. Well, outside Venice. My niece is getting married.
Take your wellies.
No, it won't be in Venice. We're about 100 miles from Venice.
Is it?
Yeah.
And that's where the glass gets made, isn't it? Moraine. Is it Moraine?
Murano.
Murano. See, my son's a glassmaker in Bristol, at Bristol Blue Glass.
Oh, yeah.
And he's obsessed with there's a blacksmith that makes all the tools for the
Glassmaker.
glassmakers
Yeah.
in Murano.
Murano.
And he sells Murano.
Murano.
he sells like calipers and tongs and things like that. They're about £5 a shot. Yeah. And yeah, he's obsessed with it because I think it was the Roman Empire that got all the glassmakers together and put them on that island and kept them prisoner.
Mystery there. Yeah.
And kept them prisoner, so they couldn't spread the secrets.
No, quite.
It's like, and when the Romans left this country in the 5th century AD, one of the things to disappear was glassmaking, because they never taught the locals.
Yeah.
Water engineering as well, they never taught, so it's why the bars all silted up and got covered up. Clever buggers.
Of course we are. Look, we left.
So you an original Roman, then? Have you been here since? You haven't, have you?
Left your Roman city. What more do you want?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing, isn't it? And people complain to me, they go, have you been to London lately? I say, yeah, why? I say, it's full of foreigners. So, well, did you see any English people? They go, yeah, a few. So, well, that's an increase, isn't it? Because it was founded by the Romans. So they'd all have been foreign when it was founded. You know it. You know it. I'm going to take you up on that tomorrow, brother.
No worries.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
See you again. Bye-bye. And on that note, we're going to go down Groat Cunt Lane tomorrow. Yeah? This is where the North Gate would have been. In Northgate Street. Broad Street, where the looms, the broad looms, produce the broadcloth. And that's Walcott Street. Starting there, and Walcott basically would have been the place where all the Romans lived. When they were building the Baarf complex. People don't watch where they're going, do they? See that old boy, that old Barthonian? He didn't care I had a camera on. There's a Saracen's head. Over there. Let's chop the head off an Arab and name a pub after him. So again, another tiny little medieval street. I'm going for a pint. But not in the green tree. The old green tree. I'm sorry. Tiny boozer. Tiny pub. We'll get around the corner and I'll say goodbye to you. But you have a look. You have to keep looking up in Baarf. There's quite an old building, that. So you come out of Green Street. Cross what was supposed to be still the main shopping street. It's a quiet street. This is what I wanted to show you. 15 years ago, the guys that were working on the scaffolding broke a hand off of a statue, a priceless statue. I heard this through word of mouth. It's a long time ago, but that statue there and the hand with the discus in it, it got knocked off. So instead of reporting it to their superiors, the next day one of them brought in a bag of cement and a marigold glove, and they salvaged the discus with hammer and chisel and cast. You can actually see, I can't zoom in for you, but if you can zoom in, you can see the join on the right arm. I don't know how they joined it. They must have drilled into it and put steel in there and all sorts. But anyway, I'm going for a pint. So it's approximately 14:22. White male, age 40 to 45. I'm 61, you muppet. I'll catch you later. Bye bye.